I'm not afraid.
You will be. You will be.
Oh man, it's the Backyard Ufologist. Cool.
Whoa, this is heavy.
We need your comment.
Hello, sir. I am C-3PO Human Cyborg Relations.
Good evening, Dave. Everything's running smoothly.
Buddy, look at this!
What is thy bidding, my master?
Up your shaft.
Kind of sounds like Queen. Yeah. It does. Hello, this is David, the Backyard Ufologist. Thank you so much for joining me today on this Saturday. Yes, it's fall time here almost. It feels like it is up here in New England right now. Last night we were out UFO hunting. The wind was blowing pretty good, and it brought the wind chill down to around 45. So autumn caught us in our summer attire. I think there was a poem about that. But yeah, it was really weird. It was cold. I was in a tank top, and I was freezing. With my Aurora camera here. This is my night vision camera that I'm using now. And it's a little bitty thing, but it does really good stuff. It takes still shots. It'll take nighttime video and also regular video. It's about $800, okay? And it works very well when you don't want to spend $3,000 on Generation 3, you know, and then you got to put a camera in the eyepiece anyway, you know, to take pictures, but the pictures are good. Well, anyway, maybe they'll come down on the prices one day. Hey, make sure you subscribe, like, give a thumbs up, and most of all, make sure you comment and tell us what you are seeing in some of these videos. As I know we see all different things. Sometimes we see some of the same things when we point it out, especially when we point it out. But it's just so many things in these orbs. And the orbs were out last night, so I did change some pictures around. I had like 55, 56 pictures. So I can only show about 10 at a time, you know, because it'll be an hour before it's over with. So I ended up having 20 pictures, and then I had to edit that down, you know, and so I'll show some next time, next show in the next 2 to 3 days. So we'll have all that too. I would just like to say autumn is coming. And just for your information, the fall equinox arrives on Tuesday, September 22nd, 2020 at 9:31 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. The equinox occurs at the same moment worldwide. So just for your information, autumn is almost here. It's already here in New England. Man, it was cold. Well, make sure you are subscribed still, because a lot of people are getting unsubscribed. And hit the notification bell because it's getting unchecked somehow. And make sure that you look at our description box and see our shout outs that we have with a lot of people out there. And advertise with us if you'd like. All my contact information is in the description box below, so be sure to do that. If you'd like to make a donation, all the information is in the description box too. I have a Patreon and PayPal, and we would appreciate it very much. And if you can't do that, please support us by watching our videos. We have about 950 more hours to go before we get monetized, and that would really help us out a lot because we don't have any income coming in to support the show and all the stuff that we do here. So I would appreciate it very much. We're going to try until the end of the year, and if we don't get monetized, I'm out. I can't keep doing it, you know. Maybe I'll do it periodically. But, you know, you got to have the money to keep going, you know, for the equipment, bandwidth, all that stuff, you know. You know what I'm talking about. But hopefully, I'm hoping that we'll get there before the first of the year. And I do appreciate it, everybody. Okay, show some love and light. Spread it out there. A lot of bad things going on out there, as you know. Be careful. Take care of yourself, your family, your friends. And most of all, just pray, and hopefully things will get back. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, here's our first video of the day. Now, this was an orb that was flying around last week, and I thought I'd show that to you right here. Watch right here. It comes right there. You see it? And it goes around right there. Now, I'm going to slow it down. You can watch it come right through here. It comes right through there, and then it comes down. It hits me in the chest. It's almost like it's blind or something. Which way it's going. It must be a new orb, because it stopped right there, went around, hit me, went around, and went that way. So that was really weird. Show it to you one more time right there. You can see it.
Like, share, give it.
Yeah, watch this. Right there, then right there, it hits me. And then it's kind of stunned, I think. It picks up a little more speed. Some kind of spiritual entity right there. I don't know if what was going on there, but that's my first video. Okay, here's our first picture of the show. Now, this is looking off the deck here. That's a fire pit right there. There's nothing lit up right there. Hasn't been in a while, not all summer long. We usually do that in the fall time, winter time. We get a little fire going there and light the tiki lamps. But this was some kind of ectoplasm just hanging out right here. The weather's been kind of crazy, so it could be just right for this ectoplasm that comes through here. And you can see there's a little entity right here. You see all the little entities. I just wanted to show that. But what's weird is this is flying with them, and you can tell that it's got some energy coming off of it. And you can see they're flying. They're going this way. So they're flying around right there, some kind of snakes or little ships. Maybe we're the giants, you know, I don't know, but something spiritual right there flying around for sure. Okay, and then I was just kind of looking around at it. It's just really crazy how that stuff just comes up out of the ground, you know. It's just really weird. This is some really spiritual land here with all the quartz boulders and all the energy here, and the Hammonasset Ley Line running through here. It's crazy, so I wanted to share that with you. And here is a orb with a entity in it. You see the eye, nose, and you barely see the mouth. You can see the hair. It's in the middle, and it's flying around up in the tree. It's probably just hanging out. This is up high, and for it to come in that clear, I wanted to show that one. And here's one right outside. Now, this was last night, and I don't know. What do you think this is? I see an eye here. I had to look at it for a few minutes. Eye, nose, and you see the mouth, and then you see the ears coming up right there, or the horns. And we see a lot of horned entities here, gatekeepers and things of that nature right there. But it might be an ear there and an ear over there. But little entities all in here. So it's traveling around in the Merkabas for sure. Wanted to show that one. Okay, here's one with a orb that I didn't get all the way in the frame. It was just hanging out there for sure. And I got to looking, and I said, well, what is this right here? This is a long arm. It's holding on, and it goes attached to this entity here that's holding on, I think, is what it looks like to me. It almost looks like a monkey with long arms right there. And you can see the face is right there, and the body comes down. And these are the rings of dimensions, I think. We are in the third dimension, then you have the fourth, and then the fifth, and the sixth. I think he's just hanging out right there above the dimensions right there. And you see all kind of different geometry and faces and eyes, like this one, 2 eyes, nose, and a mouth smiling right there. And here's an entity here, 2 eyes, nose, and mouth, and some ears. Sometimes they look like animals, and maybe they're animals, spiritual animals, or extraterrestrials. I don't know, but I wanted to show that. And here's another one right here. You can see eye, nose, and the mouth. It's not really coming in that clear. It's pretty pixelized, and I usually don't show those when they get real pixelized like that. There's the fairy circle. And right here is an orb. And when I'm in doubt here, these things are on the move, so sometimes they get really blurry. It's hard to see. But you can see there's an entity right here. I look in the middle is what I usually do. And usually there's always someone in there you can make out that's flying these things, that own the Merkaba, that has created it or something, and everybody's riding or it's going through dimensions and reflecting. I don't know how it works, but anyway, we keep trying in our meditation to make a Merkaba tetrahedron and fly away. I keep trying. If I disappear, that's what happened, I think. Anyway, 2 eyes, nose, and a mouth smiling right there. And I don't think anybody wants me to pass away, do they? No, no, of course not. All right, I didn't mean to pass away. I meant just to fly away. That's what I meant. Okay, let's get that straight. No, nobody wants me to fly away. No. Okay, there's some horns here going back. This looks like one of the gatekeepers here. There's an ear, 2 eyes, nose, and a mouth right there. You can see all kind of entities right here. Here's one right here, 2 eyes, nose, and a mouth. There's 1, 2 eyes, and a mouth, and just all kind of different entities. And these are traveling together. There's an eye, the nose, and the mouth right there, smiling, and all kind of entities in front of it. Right there. They get in front and it makes it look really weird. Now, like I was saying, this guy right here, you can see in the middle, there's a guy here, 2 eyes, nose, and a mouth, and his hair coming back down here. And there's a guy here, 2 eyes. His eyes are really bright and wide open, and it looks like he's looking at something down here. Here's his mouth open. It looks like he's probably scared. When I was looking at this, it looks like a hat right here, and then an entity. There's his eye, nose, and a mouth right there. It must be scared of this dude for some reason. It could be. And you see this guy right here, the 2 eyes, nose, and the mouth, and the hat or something right there. There's another one. You see, there's one here, and he's in front of this one. His eye is blocking this other guy's eye. And that's how you have to look at it, because that's what's going on. I finally figured that out. And 2 eyes, nose, and a mouth right there. He kind of looks like that one. So they're kind of traveling together, I guess. And lots of little entities flying around here. Can't make them out. Pixies, or whatever you want to call it. Nature spirits. And here's another one, the fairy circle here. Let's look down here. Something is going on here. I couldn't really make this out, but I see an eye here, and nose. Looks like an animal, and the neck going around. And then it looks like 2 entities standing there, very small, coming up out of the portal. Something going on here. The IR camera picked up, and I just can't make it out. A lot of people will say pareidolia. It's just pixelization, Dave. Okay, that's fine with me. It's just I've been doing this almost 3 years, so I'm going to tell you right here in this backyard and this format. So I've been seeing this, so it's not always pareidolia, not every time. I hear, here's the nose. It's a little pixelized, but you can see there's an entity poking out there, and it's very transparent. You can see the limbs go through here. But if you just look real close, you see an eye, there's a nose and a mouth. Don't that look like a tiger or a lion or something? See the nose there, the mouth, the 2 eyes, and there's an ear and an ear there. It's really hard to see sometimes. I see it. I see a face right there. That's an orb or something that's in the shape of the tree almost right there. You can see there's a face in there, and it disguises herself. And here's one right here, something in this one. Can you make that out right there? Something going on right there. And, sometimes I guess. And there's a lady right here. See her right here? So plain. Eye, nose, mouth. And you see the hair coming down. That's your divine feminine, usually. And there's another one right there, peeking out through a portal. I don't know. Could be Humpty Dumpty, it looks like, laying there or sitting on the wall, huh? Okay, hopefully we don't have to pick him up. All right, let's move on here. Now, here's another ectoplasm here. And you can see, look at this. Isn't that weird? It just appears. And it is coming through here like this. And I wasn't going to say anything. I was showing my wife this. I said, do you see this right here? It looks like a face, because that's all I could see on the camera. I really couldn't see anything else, and it was really bright right here. And I said, wow, that is something right there. It's like a face or something. And then when I put it up on the computer and adjusted the lighting, it looks like an eye here, an eye and a nose. It looks like a cat, kind of. See the eye there, And the nose, I don't know, I might be stretching it, but it does. I wasn't even going to show it, but it's connected to this ectoplasm. So that may be some kind of cat right there. And it kind of looks like it is right there. We have these show up like this a lot, these kind of feline beings. And they're the protectors. And then there's a guy right here or something leading the way. And I can see there's a head and some ears, but it's so transparent, you can't really see the eyes. It's so transparent, you can't really see what's going on because you're seeing right through it. But anyway, that's something right there. I think it is anyway, and I wanted to show it, and that's why I showed it. Okay, this is looking off the deck. I'm on the ground off the deck. I'm down a couple of feet, so I'm almost level with the ground there. And you can see something peeking through these little holes that's in these orbs like that. There's always some kind of another portal or something. And look at this one sticking out of the orb. There's an eye, and you see the snout and the nose, the ears right there. It's some kind of dog. That's a canine right there. And you see a guy right here, eye, nose, and a mouth. He looks like I feel. He don't look like he feels too good right there. So I hate to see that. I like it when they're smiling. I hate to see if anybody's in pain, especially if it's spiritual. And that's not a really good sign for sure. But maybe they're extraterrestrials and he ate something bad in the mess hall and just not feeling good, and we caught him with a sour stomach. That's what I want to think. And there's another entity here, all kind of different entities in here. I know it's a little pixelized, but if you just look, you can see all kind of different things there for sure. It's at least it's not dust or a bug, you know. There's a face here outlined, you can see. I see eye, nose, and a mouth, and there's his head right there. And there's something right here. I don't know if this is some kind of shield or if this is a painting on a shield. And here's an entity down here with the same kind of head, split head right there. So they're traveling together. All right, let's move on here. Now look how big this orb is right here. Now I wanted to show you this, you know, because I can zoom in, you can't really see anything, you zoom out. Oh yeah, I'm starting to see something here. See this guy, there's a guy here with hair and he's coming down. It looks like he's sitting on a throne or a seat, and here's his legs come down here. You can see his shirt right there, his neck, his arms come out and maybe working controls. There's things all around him, but you see that? Isn't that cool? See right there? A lot of people don't see that, and then some people say, yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, you have to really look at these things, and you see all kind of different stuff. It's so cool, and I love bringing this to you. Now, this one was so bright, I couldn't make it out, but I'm going to show you in just a second here. This is a fairy circle, and here's an orb. It's just so pixelized. Look at this geometry right here. I know it's pixelized, but you can see some weird kind of geometry in here also that's not the pixelization. And if you just look right there, you see an eye, nose, and a mouth right there. And his outline of his head, he's coming through. There's a lot of noise in front of him. There's one right here, an eye, nose, and a mouth, and you see the head. But they're right there. It's hard to see sometimes because I guess it's hard coming in, and plus the camera and them coming in into our reality. Who knows? And then see, they end up like this too. You see an eye, nose, and a mouth right there, and you see the head, and there's something above him right there. It may be in front of him, but you can even see the teeth right there. See the teeth? See the nostrils? 2 eyes, and here's the head. Yeah, you have to really look, but you can see it. This thing's traveling. This is a Merkaba. Could be anything. It could be a dimensional traveler. It could be a ghost. I doubt it's a ghost. It could be some kind of benevolent entity that looks like that. Or it could be malevolent, but we get them out. I'm not saying they don't show up. They do show up, but we do clearings here 4 times a day, and we use 1 John 4:1-4. So they do not stick around too long because we have the feline beings, we have the angels, and all kind of different things here that are benevolent that will get rid of them, and we do clear the area. We try to lift them up into enlightenment, into Christ light, Christ love, where they're healed and forgiven, and the beautiful ones, the Christ conscience ascended masters, come with unconditional love and forgiveness and take them to their perfect place, and we ask them to go in peace. So usually when they show up, they want to be healed and enlightened and forgiven and taken to their perfect place. That's a good deal. And if I was them, I'd be doing that. And I think a lot of them are doing it right now with all the stuff going on right now. I'm going to tell you, it's just crazy out there. You can see a little entity here, but it's hard to see. It's real pixelized. And people say, David, I just can't understand what you're seeing. But I see it right here. Eye, the nose and the mouth right there. And I see some other things, but I'm going to leave it at that. A little thing flying around right here. But this one was so bright, I couldn't see. Let me show you something here. Watch this happen right here. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Okay, right about right there. Yeah? Let's see if I can shut this. Yeah. Is that it? A little more right there. Okay, you see it? There's the ear, eye, and the nose. It's red right there. And that's some kind of feline being right there. I think it is. Do you not think it is? And look how bright this sucker is and how pretty the colors in. I didn't even have the colors in right there. Look at that. See, it was the color itself. And it was really bright. And that's some kind of benevolent entity right there. That's the feline beings. Yes. Let's hear it for the feline beings. I love them to death. I really do. Yeah. I appreciate it. And that's it for today. Well, that's the show for today. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did bringing it to you. Have a lot of fun. A lot of orbs out there. Couldn't see any UFOs, but the skies were beautiful, and it was just so cold out there. I'm still going out there. I'm going to be wrapping up if it's still cold out there for sure. And I'm sure I'll catch some more UFOs. I was just in the wrong place at the wrong time this time. It was really hard. It's been cloudy. It had rained a couple of days, and then we had that fire from the west coast finally make it to the east coast, and it was all really milky and cloudy, and you couldn't see anything. So it was just a bad time for this show to come around, and we didn't have any catches. So of UFOs. So we're going to get back out there. It's all cleared up. The wind blew all that stuff out. So hopefully we will get out there and catch some in just a couple of days. Make sure you subscribe, like, give a thumbs up, and most of all, make sure that you comment. And we do appreciate you very much. We'll see you in a couple of days. Stay safe out there. This is David, the Backyard Ufologist, saying spread love and light. Bye-bye, everybody.
With you.